Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 244. And one thing I did not consider this morning when I got home is sleeping. I thought I would get home and I had plans for where I was going today. And I didn't consider that I might be tired. So I actually ended up getting up a little bit late, and then a kid needed help going somewhere to school and delayed me even further, and then now I'm actually going a different direction than I had planned. And the reason is it doesn't make sense for me to go that far this late in the day. So, and it doesn't give me that many opportunities. And with Wednesday, Thursday, and potentially Friday being days that I don't work, I need to get in some of the higher volume areas. So it makes sense for me to go the direction that I'm going instead. So yesterday was a tough one, but we were able to get the money back and move forward, and here we are Monday morning, and we're traveling for the first time in a while. Right now it's 48 degrees outside, just heading out, starting my trip, and I'll need to stop and get gas here again in a little while, and we'll go from there. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I go into the first place and immediately find a play. I'm excited about it, looking good. It keeps getting better and better, and then it fizzles out, and I end up down $30 on it. And looked around at other plays, and I can't find anything. I mean, I ran $2,000 through that machine to end up down $30, but that was all I could find. There was two borderline plays that were slightly negative EV, and I didn't play those. And then there was one at $16 a spin that was in good position. There was a guy sitting on there. He said he'd been playing for 4 hours and wasn't doing good, and he was ready to get up, and then he hits it for 1,600, and it was still set up for two more W2s. And I walked back around, and I'm watching him, and he's like, yeah, might as well try it a little bit more. And he hits it again for another 2,500, and then another 900, and then I left disgusted. Anyway. Oh well. Right now, we are almost out of gas. I have 30 miles range. There's one more good gas station in the area at a low price before I enter a really high-priced area. So we're going to go stop there. It's about 4-minute drive from here. It's on the way anyway. So we're going to do that. We're going to get some fuel, and then we're going to move on to the next casino, and we'll see what happens. So, let's perk up a little bit, get some money going, and I'll come back and let you know how things go. If I can find the pause button here. There we go. Okie doke, I am back. I got fueled up, and I was just thinking, when I was in that place, as soon as I walked in, I'm checking my first machine. The little creeper guy comes around and always wants to borrow money, of course. And he comes up behind me, and I'm like, man. So when I started playing that machine, I was in it for like $400 initially, and I said something like, man, I only have 600. I said, if I lose this, I got to go back home. And that kind of made him back off a little bit, because, man, these guys, they know enough about what I do that they could cause a problem. I mean, we can cause problems for each other, all of us can, but this place has been tolerant to me, and I've had some big swings both directions, and I've never been backed off here, even though they came so close, so incredibly close to backing me off. They even called me a card counter to my face one time, and I just kept on playing like I didn't know what they were talking about, played dumb, and got through it, and never had a problem again. And so anyway, right now I'm continuing on my trip, but it's taking me all these back roads, and it looks like once I get on the highway, there's going to be about an 11-minute delay as well. There's some kind of an accident or something going on. So now I'm going to cut through this closed, looks like maybe it was a Wendy's or something. No way out. Yeah, okay. I just don't want to wait at the light. But, so it'll be interesting to see how bad that traffic is. Every once in a while, when you have a day like yesterday, I think to myself, man, would I have been better off just staying home and taking a day for myself and, just relaxing? And the answer is probably yes, but the holidays are coming up. Oh man, what alright, well, I don't know what's going on here, because now the traffic pattern must have changed. So now it's taking me back the way I just came. So here we go, turning around, going back the other direction. Today it's 50 degrees outside. Come on now, I'm going the right way now. Alright, 50 degrees outside, so it's not a terrible day. It's pretty overcast skies. And now when I turned around, the other traffic light is red. So, alright, I'm going to take it easy before something bad happens to me here. He's going to go with the flow. I'll be back. Alright guys, I haven't done this in a couple days. Let's talk about things that kids say today. And today's word is ghost. What is ghost? Ghost is like when you're in a relationship with someone, friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and then all of a sudden that person disconnects with you. So they might unfriend you, they might block you, they might not call you anymore, they might not not respond to your calls, your messages, or whatever. That's ghost. So now let's talk about some things that your kids will never hear. How about, do you remember this? Please insert 25 cents for the next 10 minutes. Remember that? Okay, kids, so when we used to use payphones, and it would be a long distance call, which is any call outside your area code, even if it's in the same state, it could be a long distance call. And you'd dial the number and it would tell you how much to put in for how many minutes. How about paper or plastic? You don't really hear that anymore. It's like, first they wanted to get rid of plastic because it was not environmentally safe, so we went entirely to paper. And then they wanted to get rid of paper because it kills the trees, so we went entirely to plastic. And now they want to charge you tax, so then they can give you some kind of half-ass cloth-like bag, which is really mostly like cardboard material. So, how about, I'll give you a couple more. Flash bulb, remember those? I remember those, like on a Polaroid. You put it on there, two different kinds. One would be like a square, has 4 sides, and if you wanted to take a picture with the flash, it would actually burn out that bulb. You'd have to turn it to the other side. The other one would be like a strip, and it would have so many on there. One more. See, our stuff is so much better. I want to be a Toys R Us kid with a backwards R. Remember that? Man, the other day I was watching on YouTube. I was watching some old theme songs for TV shows. Man, those were good times. Everything used to have a song. Every show had a song, and every product had a song. A Big Mac had a song. All the toys had songs. Coffee had a song. Everything did. It was a lot more fun back then. Anyway, I finally got through all the backed up traffic, and I'm on my way still, and this hour and a half drive is getting to be a very long drive. All of a sudden, it's already afternoon, and I'm still on my way to my next stop, so hopefully we have a good one there. So for now, I'm letting you go. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So I was in there for a little while. I started by looking at slot machines and found 0 plays. And then I went and looked for a blackjack table to play, and found 0 tables. So I'm like, okay, well, went back, looked at slots again, nothing. Tables. I finally found a low limit table with good rules, and I sat down there and I bought in for $300, started playing, and eventually lost that, bought in for a couple hundred more. I was only buying in for 200 or 300 at a time because they don't have to get permission to give it to you if you stay below 3 or at 300 or below. So all in all, I was in for a total of 1,300, and the table was just chopping back and forth. Never really got a lot of high counts. I think the maximum I went maybe a couple times was 4 times my bet. Other than that, it was min bet most of the time. And I mean, there were a lot of double bets, maybe triple, but really nothing really at all. The swing from the biggest win to the biggest loss was only, I don't know, let's see, 40, 50 bets. It wasn't really that much. So, but back and forth, and eventually I had all kinds of people coming and going to the table. So at one point I had, when I got to the table, there was an older black man there, and he had no clue what he was doing, and he lost pretty quickly. And then I'm not sure what he was, but he was an older guy. He's kind of darker skinned, but I couldn't really place where he was from. Maybe like Egypt or somewhere like that. And he sat down and bought in for a couple thousand and was just going like, okay, 25 on this hand, 2 by 400 on this hand, and he definitely was not counting, but he went through that couple thousand pretty quickly and left disgusted. And then there was a point where one guy came to the table and was betting below table limit, and the dealer didn't say anything, but I had a negative count, so I let him stay, and I won every hand. He lost every hand. Another time when a guy came to the table with just a voucher, and the voucher was for less than the table limit, and I lost that hand. And so I said to the dealer, the minimum is X amount, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I would have won that hand if he hadn't played, because that's all he has. And she's like, oh, really? And then I proceeded to lose like a bunch, like 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 7 or something like that. And that put me back down again. So it was just a lot of scratching and up and down, but nothing really major, nothing too exciting. I did hear that they changed the depth of the cut card per some new higher ups, and it made it very favorable. And so I don't know, they're like, well, the players don't like playing more cards because if they have a bad shoe, then they're stuck with the bad shoe the whole way through. I'm like, idiots. So but all in all, I ended my session after an hour and 35 minutes ahead, $175. So nothing too exciting, especially for what I risked to get it, but I did end up on the positive side, which is all I can ask for, right? I did go get some food. I play unrated at this place, but I used to play rated, and I still have comps, so I'll use them for food sometimes. So I did that. And really, that was about it. I ended up going back and looking at slots again and did not find a single play. There were a lot of other people checking, but just found nothing at all. So for the session, I ended up ahead 175 on the blackjack and did not play slots at all. And that's what's going on right now. This is like 3/4 of a parking spot here. Yeah, I can't really do anything, lady. I'm trying to back into this place. don't know if I can get into this spot. It's like almost a spot. Worried I'm gonna hit a car here. Can we do it? You know, this old car does not have a rear view camera. And I got the weird lights in here, right? It's a dark light because of the sun shining into the parking garage. Okay, we're hanging in there. Come on, baby. Oh man, I'm gonna get my door hit from both sides, I have a feeling. Let's see. Somebody in that car too. Alright. I think I did it. We'll see if we get our door hit. I really can't move one way or another because this guy parked so weird. Anyway, I'm gonna hop in this place and see if I can make a little money, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. Very, very uneventful. Look around, slots, don't really see anything. Blackjack, low limit, bad rules, bad penetration, halfway through the shoe already, so even if I wanted to try. And then high limit had 2 tables open. One was reserved and the other one already had a couple people on it, so couldn't get in there. And I looked around and came back and looked around and came back and wasted about an hour and just couldn't get on a table. I ended up had like $8 on slots, just like finding money here and there. I never really got to play much. $2 here, $3 there, and that was pretty much it. I did see one of my favorite pit bosses in there. He would have done anything for me, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be today. Then I saw my nemesis in there. Ooh, nemesis. And this guy is just a butthole. Plays blackjack. He comes in, he'll take over the table and then ask for it to be made a reserve table for him. He's got a big account, big what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. And he'll draw off the account like 10,000 or something and just try to make 500. Or sometimes he'll draw 20,000 and try to make 500, and then he'll leave. And he's just rude to everyone, doesn't tip, you know, very negative attitude, blaming the dealer, pointing his finger at the dealer. Just not the kind of guy that you want to be playing with anyway. But he'll reserve the table, so I don't know what's up with this guy. So he'll reserve the table for himself, and so I didn't really get a chance to play. Anyway, right now, continuing on, and it's getting late in the day. I feel like I wasted the day. I left home early. I went the wrong direction because I had to take care of stuff for the household, and then got stuck on a table for a couple hours almost, and then just really haven't made any money. So we're going to move on to at least one more place here and see if we can turn things around, because I would have been better off being at home. My wife wants the kitchen painted because it's going to be a while before we get new cabinets in, and she's going to have some people over soon, and thought it would look nicer if it was painted, and then we could repaint it once we take care of all the cabinets and stuff. But we're just going to use the paint from one of the bedrooms. We've got about a gallon left, and that should be enough for the kitchen. And then when we get the cabinets in, we'll get it painted a different color. But at least this is more of a neutral color, and it'll hold us over for a while, and it'll look nicer. So I may work on that a little bit tonight. I do need to change my password at work. It expires today, so definitely need to make sure I do that before midnight. And then I'm going to look over some emails and stuff. That's really about it for now. So 50 degrees outside. Looks like it wants to rain, but not raining yet. And I'm continuing on my trip to the next casino. Alright guys, as the rain is starting, I want to talk about something, and that is it a metal detector or a body scanner? I was recently at a casino that has very advanced metal detectors, allegedly. and I took the time to take some video and analyze the video. And then when I was leaving one day, I struck up a conversation with the security guard and asked him a little bit about how it worked, and told him I thought it was really cool, and just asked him questions like a regular person would out of curiosity. And he provided me a lot of information. And so on the screen there are, I don't know how many, maybe 8 icons or so, and each one of them represents something different that you may have on you, including a knife or a gun or something like that. And this alleged metal detector has the ability to tell what type of metal you are carrying, including some kind of spring that's in guns is made out of a special kind of metal, and that's how they know that it's a gun or something like that. And it goes into that much detail. It can tell what's in your pockets and stuff, which is very alarming to me. Now, I understand if you want to do a metal detector, but when you start scanning people, full body scan, I do have a problem with that. He told me, for example, that if you have a box of Altoids, which is just a mints, in your pocket, it's made out of metal. It's made out of the same type of metal that the machine is looking for a gun. So you might be pulled over and patted down or something because you have Altoids in your pocket. So I just feel like that's really, really, really borderline to, I mean, we're not talking about a national security risk here. And some of the casinos I go to, which are 10 times as big as that casino, don't have any metal detector. You just say hi to the security guard and walk in. Some of them don't even have a security guard. You just walk in, and it's not a big deal. So, I'd like to hear a little bit back from you guys, a little feedback about that. Personally, I think that they're bordering on invasion of privacy. What's in your pockets should be your business, and obviously they don't want guns there, but just have a generic metal detector and it's going to detect that. And they can't say that this is going to be more accurate, because you could 3D print a weapon if you wanted to, then it wouldn't show up at all and you would get through, but the guy with the Altoids in their pocket would have an issue getting through. So it's a very interesting machine. There's a lot of cameras, and it's kind of like when you're in a Tesla and you see all the video of all the people walking around you and stuff. It's like computer animation, same type of thing, and it shows it all on the screen, and I think it's too much. But anyway, continuing on my trip here, I'm only about 10 minutes away from my next casino, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. That was some craziness in there. I walk in this place, I'm looking around, I see 2 machines I want to check out, but someone's on them, so I take a lap and make a couple small, tiny plays. And by the time I'm done, I put in about $300, and I was down like $11, maybe $10. So I'm walking around, I don't see anything else. I run into my friends, the deaf couple, and they're like, "What are you doing here? You're never here on a Monday." I'm like, "I know." Anyway, I told them about these glasses that my daughter, I told my daughter about these guys, and she had found this set of glasses that you can get that is closed captioning glasses. So when you wear it, when you talk or when anyone else talks, it actually puts the captions on the glasses, and you can read them just by looking at the person, and you know exactly what they're saying. Wow, what a miracle for deaf people. And I have a friend who is colorblind, and they have these colorblind glasses that you can see the colors that you've never seen in your life. And like, people are like on YouTube, they're crying and stuff when they get this gift. They put it on, they've never seen the color orange before. It's unbelievable. Same with deaf people with certain implants, crying like crazy. They've never heard their mom talk before or their kid talk before, and it's unbelievable. Technology is amazing. But I told them about these glasses. I guess they're about $300. So they're telling me that they can't afford it. I'm like, look at your voucher. His voucher was $292.81. It's like, there's your $300 right there. It's how much do you care about it? Do you really want it that bad? You should go check it out. So I'm going to do a little bit more research myself on it and get back to them on that. But I was ready to leave, and I knew I had like $10 in food. I was going to get a couple drinks to take with me. And so I'm like, okay, there's nothing else. I'm just going to check out the kiosk. Sometimes if you run your card, you get an extra $5 or $10, something like that. So I run my card through the kiosk, and it says, congratulations, you have received $500 in free play. I was like, what? 500? You know, I'm like, I wonder if someone was supposed to put 5.00 and typed in 500. I don't know. I know they've had some contests. Did I win one of them and I didn't know I won it? I had no clue, but I'm like, I'm using this right now. So I went around to all the machines. I'd already cleaned out all the beatable machines. So I went to just some regular machines and just tried to break even on there. I actually got a little bit lucky. Ended up cashing like $5.50 or something like that through those machines. So that was good, and because of that, you know, that was what was I was ahead. So I ended up leaving ahead. Actually 559. So I must have gotten like 570 off the free play, and ended up leaving 559. That's the craziest thing, because the whole day I've been struggling, not making any money, and at the last place, for no reason, unknown, I don't know why, all of a sudden I get $500. So definitely happy about that. And then I talked to one more guy, degenerate, begging me for money. I said, you better find me a machine to play. And I gave him something. I said, next time I see you, I expect to play from you. So we'll see what happens with that. So now let's talk about, what did you eat today, MW? And I actually ate a double cheeseburger with fries. It was a nice small-sized cheeseburger, not too big. Good toppings, fresh. Fries were okay. I didn't finish them all. Not too big on that stuff anymore. I'm trying to watch myself. But I would give it a 9 out of a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? And actually, it's interesting because today I only had one session of Blackjack, I believe, right? One session. I get it all jumbled up sometimes. And it was actually, in the long run, I ended up making money, but in the short term, I wasn't making any money. I ended up tipping $0. Didn't get anything from the waitress, so the waitresses got $0 and didn't win any jackpots. So the slot attendants got $0. So I get a 000. You know, not like a triple double, it's a 000. So 000 today. That's funny, actually. So I make myself laugh because there's nobody here to talk to. Anyway, all right. Really, that's what's going on. I'm running about 45 minutes late getting home, which was all, I blame it all on the $500. We're going to get home, and depending on how I feel, I may start working on the kitchen tonight. I should be home by 8 or 9, and you know, we'll see how I feel. And then I've got to reset my password for work. Can't forget about that. So that's what's going on right now. 57 degrees, dark outside, heading home. And I guess we'll call it a day for now. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.